Zoom, zoom, like a race car flight, but it ain't a car, it's a super fast tortoise going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a crew. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. Only if turtles can fly!
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get up, it's sexless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
And now, for our feature presentation. Well, good morning, everybody. We got it to Balt. Whoop, whoop.
A wild Debalt has a beard.
Yeah.
Poof. You just say the words and I show up.
Oh, yeah. But I was hoping you'd be here because I totally stole this idea off of you.
Absolutely did, and I absolutely appreciate that. So,
So when we get to the topic, no, his video that we're based on is in the description below. So if you want to check that out.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it was such an awesome topic, such an awesome time. Paul, what were you? You missed a pretty incredible pre-show discussion about CEDH, Commander, the Game Changer list, and our thoughts.
Wow, it sounds like topics that we have to discuss on many upcoming shows.
That's right.
So speaking of that video, I was going in and I was adding chapters to the video to make it easier to find and easier to enjoy, and I lost track of time. Sorry.
You're good. Oh, I mean, it was a great video. I enjoyed it all. I watched it. Was intrigued by it. There's a guest on his show, Ball's show, from a channel that kind of just disappeared from making content, but came back really strong with some good opinions about the topic.
He's been gone for 7 years, but never gone from my heart. And the worst decks that you guys have faced were probably from his channel or from my wife. So to be fair, or from my wife. But yeah, a lot of the decks that they talk about can still be relevant today. And I love the work that he's done.
Hell yeah, awesome. That's pretty good. Yes. But my friends, it is Tuesday. Are you excited? It's Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yesterday was Monday. We're Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm getting to the excitement. I have half a cup of excitement yet to go, and then I'll be there.
I'm already 2 sodas and 1 coffee in, so I got the caffeine running through the veins, coursing through the energy, and I'm going to crash.
3/4 of a bottle of diet energy.
Nice. That's right. But with that, let's say hi to Cane Shaker. Cane Shaker,
hey.
What's up? Good morning, coffee people. And he says, I was thinking the same thing about the thievery going on here. That's funny. Cane Shaker. James Willis, Cane Shaker.
I should go to YouTube and look and see what
the clouds with my fury.
What's up?
What the heck?
I didn't know what the topic was today, so I just opened up YouTube and just to see what the title of the video was. And interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right. I like being surprised by stuff.
Sometimes it's fun. Well, like we've had our hands in this discussion before, Tibalt's video was very enriching. Brings a lot of value to the table. Like it was very good that it motivated me to bring our topic, our thoughts into it. And I thought this would be a good way to get people to bring into it because we have people with experience, deck building, um, doing different things, the Magic the Gathering with like sorting, or we got people with AI in the business side of things. We got people with AI in searching for cards. There's lots of tools AI has been using, and there's lots of ways people have been abusing. And this, I thought, would be a great subject. But anyways, we're in the opener part of the show. We don't need to talk about that right now. We were talking about some Commander, right? We were talking about Commander, the bracket system, how the bracket system can be misconstrued to how powerful your deck actually is by putting game changers in it. I mean, there is a whole dialogue by Gavin Verhey that accompanies it, but it's on a separate page. And it's a really interesting thing. Then we talked about CEDH.
Yep.
Right. I was discussing that I think CEDH should be its own entity compared to Commander, because like as we both agree, Rayman and I, that there should not be a ban list in Commander because the bracket systems are supposed to take care of that basically. But I think our thoughts on it are not fully complete, because if there is a bracket system that takes off the brand list, there's got to be a pretty good game changer list. So it's very difficult.
I think everything that would just be on the ban list just goes to the game changer.
Right. For sure. But yeah, it was a great topic. Yeah.
For the TLDR, for those who didn't catch the morning pre-show, which we should record because there's sometimes we drop some decent stuff in there.
Yeah.
That I think too many people make bracket 2 decks and put 3 game changers in it and then just assume that they really do have a actual bracket 3 deck and not just a bracket 2 deck with 3 game changers in it that they have to play at bracket 3 because it has 3 game changers in it. I think people would be better off if their deck is that, just taking the game changers out and playing it at bracket 2. But I think it skews people's opinions of how powerful bracket 3 decks are. And then it really skews people on how powerful bracket 4 decks are, because if you're playing a bracket 2 that really does just have 3 game changers in it, and then you see what a bracket 4 deck does, the power discrepancy is absurd.
Right.
It's like a BB gun compared to a 50 cal. Like, this is the difference we're talking about in power levels.
Right.
Well, I got this one pre-con. I put it in Architect, and it said it was a bracket 3 pre-con.
I think Archol probably is.
Because it has one, not a game changer, but it has one combo in it.
Yeah, the Amanatu deck has an infinite combo in it. It doesn't win the game outright, but it does have an infinite. If you don't do something on your turn, I'm going to win on my next turn. It can make like infinite tokens.
Yep.
They've been doing that lately. I still don't know if it's on purpose or not.
Do you think that's an incentive to introduce new players into the idea of infinite combos and so on, to kind of jumpstart them into that? Or, like you were starting to say, maybe is it just kind of an accident that's happening?
The ones I've seen, like, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know all of them, but the ones I've seen are a little convoluted into how they work. So if it is there to teach new players about infinite combos, you've definitely gone the long way around to do it. So maybe.
Yeah.
It could be either with GW or GW. Yes, yeah, I'm just talking about GW. I've been playing 40K a lot the last few days, teaching people to get ready for my first tournament.
Nice.
But these companies all share a lot of DNA for some reason. But with WotC, I feel like it's a 50-50 shot, whether it's intentional or it was just like, oh, we didn't think about that.
Right.
Because I genuinely don't think that cards that are commander cards only get the playtesting that things that have to go into standard do.
100%. I agree. Yeah.
All right, really quick. K-Checker says, I've seen all the movies with the AI, and it never turned out well for the humans. Well, so I know WotC is trying to get out of the bracket system placeholder for commanders. Like they're not trying to make commander decks just for bracket 2 anymore. They're trying to keep them well paced and well built, but they're trying to build in synergies and give good instruction to newer players who buy these decks to get into the flow of Magic and learn Magic. And they even express not only just price point on some decks, but also some designs that they want to go with synergy and win cons and stuff like that to make a good deck. They don't want to have to just judge it on like bracket 2 is pre-con.
So I did see something in yesterday's show. I didn't get to say anything because I literally, the moment Tortoise said it, I had to close my phone because the doctor walked into the office to talk to me and my grandma. But yesterday I did see that you were talking about how precons are made for newer players. I think that's only true for the starter precons, like the one we're about to get from Foundations, and then the precons that we got a few years ago. They're like the 2-color ones, like the Rakdos, Carter Doom Scourge, the blue-white one's the flying one. I think that there are some precons that are out there right now that have been made in the last year and a half that I would not give to a new player under any circumstance. Like you are not going to learn. Timey-wimey is the epitome of this. But there are definitely others that I just would not give to a new player. I would not give a new player the counter deck from the not Hearth Roll deck from the space set last year. The deck is very complicated with a ton of triggers. And if you start missing those triggers, then the deck just doesn't work. And it's a lot of proliferate, and you have to know what to proliferate and what not to proliferate. And it's just a very complicated deck to play. And I just would not put that in front of a new player at all.
Well, even the Hearthful deck, I think, is a little advanced for just a new player.
100%.
You know,
I don't think it's as complicated as the other one, but I think it's also because you have to know, like Hearthful is one of those decks that you could absolutely screw yourself over if you sack your lands at the wrong time to try and kill your opponents. And then suddenly they're like, but wait. And you're like, oh, I'm cooked. Well, guys, I'm done. All right, you gotta finish this game up because I don't have any lands left. Have fun. I'm screwed.
Been there.
Yeah, me too.
But
I just wanted to throw that out there. If new people are listening, I'd be mindful about if like you're wanting to get a friend into Commander, I would go onto Google, and Google is whatever precon you're looking at getting them good for new players. I think the Turtle one actually is very good for new players. I think they did a great job with the Turtle one and making it for new players.
Right. So good. The turtle deck is actually amazing. You know, like I've changed the deck around a little bit and stuff. Well, not as heavy as some other people. And I still think it's great.
I was going to mention a certain abomination that's out there and stuff in a joking way here, but yeah, some people have done some pretty messed up things with that. But good on you. I appreciate that.
Well, look, it's crazy the good talent we have in the community and what people configure and put together.
That's exactly the best thing about it is always going to be getting ideas from your friends.
All right, but with that, go ahead.
Talking about the turtle decks, I am amazed how we've upgraded our turtle decks so differently.
It's a place for your personality, for sure.
Even though Hillbilly and I share a lot of the same cards.
Well, I mean, when you have like 7 commanders that you can choose from, and they all really want to do different things, I think that's a huge win on WotC's part about making a deck that can be upgraded in so many different directions, all of them be viable, you know, in bracket 2, bracket 3, bracket 4. I'm not so sure about, but I think that all of those decks are very, very viable with any combination of those commanders. And I think that is we should give WotC a round of applause for doing that, because you guys all did kind of go in different directions, even if you are sharing similar cards. You guys kind of all went in different directions, and you all started from the same place.
That's right. That's right.
And few other commander decks can truly do that. I think the new Fantastic Four one can, because it has 4 different commanders that really want to do different things. But other than that, I don't think there are many decks that can go in that many different directions and all still be very viable at multiple brackets legitimately.
No doubt. But with that, we got to push on with the show. We need to get to
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
Oh, sweet.
It's one of Tibalt's favorite cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
This card should just be called Bullseye. Because the moment you play it, that's what you just put on your back.
I like this card myself.
I was gonna say it's got mill in it, so it's gonna definitely be
It's a great card. Mesmeric Orb, I believe, is originally from the Mirrodin set. Reprinted in Modern Masters 2 or something like that. Double Masters, one of the two. It costs 2 generic. It's an artifact. So whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
I know Hillbilly runs this card in one of his particular blue, green, black decks.
I think I do. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I have this card.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No, I don't think I have it.
Well, it'd be a good card in your Mothman deck then.
Oh, definitely.
for sure.
For sure.
I feel cards like this are good but really dangerous. Because like I said, if you're sitting down at a pod and you're like people who know what they're doing and you play this, yeah, you're gonna mill a bunch of their cards, but you are going to be the first player that's out of the game. Like they are going to kill the hell out of you.
Be prepared to be arch enemy. That is a very good point. That you not only need to be cognizant of the cards you're playing, but you need to be cognizant of where you're going to be at the table. Like I said, that you're going to be arch enemy, so be ready to back that up with something else.
Yep. Yeah, so good. I love this card. Like, I don't have a reason to have this card. I kind of want the card, but I have no deck for it. But it's one of those cards that are just classic, and I think it needed a spotlight today because what card doesn't need some love? It had a recent Secret Lair printing. The artwork does not look as amazing as this artwork, but
this one just looks like the old Geffen logo for those people who used to watch a lot of movies back in the day. This one just looks like the Geffen logo before they put the G in it.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Man, I got a deck for it.
That's right. And with that, we're going to roll over to the picture of the day. Boom. Back when robots would take over the world, now we're building our MTG Commander deck.
My other favorite meme is the one of somebody else doing housework while the AI is painting artwork and stuff, and the person just being pissed about it. It's like, yeah, don't turn our creativity over to the AI. Turn our chores over it.
Have any of you guys ever seen, like, this may seem like a strange question, but I promise it's on point, especially to this picture. Have any of you guys ever seen the movie The Skulls?
I don't think so.
It's from like the early 2000s. It's got Joshua Jackson in it from when he was just coming off of Dawson's Creek, and it's basically about how this guy joins a fraternity and it turns out to be a big secret society and thing. But not important to this. What is important is his female love interest in that movie creates a machine on her computer that paints. It makes art, and she calls it Action Jackson. As a play on Jackson Pollock, because the paintings are just kind of like paint splattered on a wall, kind of like what a Jackson Pollock looks like.
Right.
So this idea of like machines making art has been around a very long time.
No, yeah.
Yep.
Because she starts it and it starts like just slinging paint at the canvas. And Josh Jackson's character asks, do we have to wait? And she goes, no, that's the best part. Action Jackson decides when he wants to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I think about AI art, that like I just think back, and that movie came out in like, I don't know, 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. And that was like this little part of the movie about this girl who made it to where her computer could paint. And it made art like Jackson Pollock did.
Well, I've been watching a lot of videos on AI in the world today, and I've learned from different things, even on Tibalt's other show.
Came out in 2000, actually.
You're thinking unprofessional therapy?
Yeah, unprofessional therapy. Listen to your friend, and he'll talk about AI and how old it is, and how it's not new. Like, not the concept of AI, but AI has been out for a while. It's been working in machines, factories, and stuff like that. Even onto our phones, like our smartphones, that they've been around for a while. And today I was watching a video about AI in the TCG workplace, like at home selling, and how that's been affecting websites and how it's been affecting that. And it's come to a point where it's been inevitable.
I do think that when people talk about AI now, like what they're doing is they're using AI as a shorthand for all of these LLMs, which are large language models. So while we have had obviously very different versions of AI over years now, when people are talking about AI in 2026, they're almost always referring to large language models.
Right. And it's advanced. Each decade it's advanced. And I think the reason why it's hitting a big topic is the last few years, AI is growing to be the fastest growing fastest growing technology we've had in a while.
Yep.
But like, it's been helping companies, good or bad, and good or bad being translatable to however you feel about it. And it's been taking its place.
6 months ago, you would have seen a whole bunch of articles about how all these companies are using AI to increase productivity and stuff. But now you're seeing reports from those same companies saying, we're not using it anymore. Because in a lot of places that they thought that it was saving them time, it isn't.
Well, like
they bought the hype is basically what it came down.
They did.
Like
100%.
Even where my wife works, they tried using AI for customer service, and it just flopped.
Yeah, I mean, AI is a great tool, but it's like any other tool. If you need a screwdriver, don't grab a damn hammer. It's probably not going to help you. There are definitely situations where where large language models are very useful. There are other situations where it's just like, this is useless. And it's, I don't know if people know this, using AI is very expensive. It doesn't use, like, I don't even know how to explain this. People don't understand. It uses a system called tokens, because that's what the large language models, the system is just based off of. They're called tokens, and tokens can be very, very expensive. And there were companies out there who were like encouraging their employees, you need to be using AI more, and they were like gauging how much they were using AI based on how many tokens their profile was using. And then they realized that it was costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Right.
To use that many tokens. And they're like, okay, you guys got to like slow way back down now. This is costing us way more money than we thought.
Not to mention the fact that it's dangerous just blindly trusting the input that you get back.
100%.
100% agreed. But really quick, before I get flack for it, I got to introduce you guys. All right. I got to introduce you guys to the cast. For all you guys that have been watching and have been enjoying the conversation, thank you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Not all of us are here throughout the week, but throughout the week, Monday through Fridays, we try to be here at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hit that subscribe button and that bell. But first, I got to introduce this guy right here to my right. Well, I'm actually pointing to my left, but it says right, my right. That's right. But yeah, he is the evil, the devious, the wonderful, always winning.
Tidbalt's apprentice wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah, the only thing I'm winning at is making good friends here.
That's right. Yeah, that's funny. And with that,
and that's the best winning of all.
That's right, friends. Happy tree friends. Remember that? Next to the ball, we got the supermodel, Texas Mountain Magic. MTG Hillbilly.
That's right, Tim. I would see him.
Well, I can't. First of all, I'm dyslexic, right? So we'll start with that. Then we're dealing with a mirror image. Then it's like I can't keep track of. On a good day, I can't keep track of it.
I know, like when I point at you, I have to point towards the wall over here.
Who am I pointing at right now?
Hillbilly.
Me.
Oh, there you go. That's what I was going for.
All right. And now down below in the turquoise skull and the 80 gigabytes of RAM Mohawk coming all the way from the most amazing place on earth, his brain, we have the wonderful, the crazy, the insane. Time to rock!
We got the one Ray Man.
Good morning, everyone. Glad I can make it. Glad to be here. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. And finally, not least, but we're happy that he's made an appearance today.
Lone Wolf.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Wiggity, 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 what's up? All right, now back on track. Now we can get to the question of the day. Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day. Question today was brought to you by yours truly, but really quick, I can't highlight your comment, but hello, Kryptonite, what's up? But with the question of the day, let's see what I asked. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. Question of the day for you. Leave the answer in the comments down below, or tell us now, right? Tell us now in chat. What is your personal thought about AI in Magic the Gathering altogether, from deck building to in the game to strategizing? I want to know your answers right now.
Well, I can go first on this. There's several points. One, AI, it can do the art. Although if it does the artwork, that takes from the artist that does the artwork for Magic. So I do not like AI for that. Another thing is on AI building decks. I mean, AI can build some good decks because I built one with AI once. And it did pretty good. But personally, it takes the fun out of whoever's building the deck, where they can research the cards, find the cards, build the deck, and then they can say, this deck is my baby because I myself built this deck. Mm-hmm. They can't say that if AI was used to build the deck. So I'm against AI on that. So that's pretty much my answers for this question of the day.
All right. Now, Paul, what is your idea?
Well, I mentioned in the comments below already, but it's only a tool. So it's only as good as the data you put in it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have a lot of very, very strong opinions about AI. And with every technology, there's always going to be a backlash against it. And I think the fact that some of them are justified and some of them aren't. So I guess I'm not going to try to convince anybody that they're right or wrong with their opinion, but it's just an opinion. And I try to stress the both aspects of it, the positive and the negative. Because like Hillbilly, I don't necessarily like the idea that AI is doing all the heavy lifting. I like to do decks, or I like to make changes or do things myself. But there's also hundreds of thousands of Magic cards. I don't know them all. I'm not going to be able to have access to that. So there's certain things that can be shortcut there. So I think if you're using it responsibly and using it as a tool, good on you.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you there, Tim. I mean, you should use it as a tool, but not as a crutch.
That's right. Thanks for mentioning the thumbnail. Well, I think my opinion is kind of known, says Ken Chicker. I have been known to say AI stands for another idiot. What about you, Rayman?
Ooh, I definitely agree with Hillbilly on the art. We have enough artists out there who are legitimately fantastic artists, and Watsy is not some, they're not some mom and pop operation that can't afford to pay artists real money to do art. So 100%, I don't want to see no AI art in Magic's artwork. Nope, keep it out of there. Don't need it. Pay your artists. There are so many good artists out there. And there's a ton of up and coming artists. If you really have to do it on the cheap, there's up and coming artists out there who would love to get their name on the bottom of the Magic the Gathering card. Pay them a few bucks and give them the exposure. They'll make a fortune on the back end. Right.
Right.
As far as using AI to build decks, look, I don't have a problem if you use AI to build. I don't really care how you show up to the table with the deck. Just have a deck, come play Magic. I do think that it's not the ideal way. I think the ideal way is research and, looking through cards. I think you'll learn more just because you're going to see cards that you've not seen before. And if you have, my memory is horrible, but for some reason I can remember Magic cards. So even if your memory is really bad, like mine, looking over cards will teach you a lot more about them. And if you're just using AI is going to give you a list. You're going to go get those cards, and that's all you're ever going to see.
Right.
I do the one place that I think that there maybe is a really strong place for AI is when you have a deck is analysis, but we're not there yet.
Not quite.
We're just not there yet. And I'm not sure if we ever will be, because Magic is so complicated, and I don't know if a computer, like computers figured out chess. I don't think they can figure out Magic. It's just so complicated that they can't see every interaction. Layering things onto the stack is also incredibly complicated, and putting one thing in the wrong spot can kill a combo. If one thing on the stack in the incorrect spot, and suddenly your infinite win the game combo goes, oh, I didn't do anything. Darn. But I think it's there to try, and I know there are different groups out there trying, but they're still not there. And I would advise people, the words that Gavin said in the first or second article, I don't know which one it is, to the first or the second one they did, still holds true. Magic, Commander specifically, when talking about Commander as of right now is still not a format that you can take your deck list, plug it into a website, and it tell you what bracket you belong in. We're not there yet. Maybe we will be eventually. We ain't there yet.
Right.
So I have no problem with you using AI to build your deck. I would prefer you build it yourself, but some people just can't do it, won't do it. Come play Magic. But just realize that it's the deck that you could build if you take the time, the investment is going to be so much better than anything that AI spits out for you.
Right. The Kryptonite says the only real artist for the art and the cards. Absolutely. No AI art for the artists. They deserve more.
Oh, absolutely. Because Magic artists now don't get paid enough.
Right. And Kryptonite
for those who watch Distraction Makers, I don't know if you know this, but Forrest, he plugs his Patreon and his the things he does every month. He actually does a lot of Magic art. He does the Spider-Punk card is his artwork. Like the actual regular art for Spider-Punk is Forrest's card from Distraction Makers.
Nice.
I love that card. I have it in multiple decks. It's such a good card.
That's pretty cool.
But he's talked about multiple times about how much they pay their artists. And it ain't much. Okay. But so they probably should pay them more, but keep paying your artists. Don't give us AI stuff. There's enough artists out there who are phenomenally talented, who are willing to do it to make your game look good, that we don't need AI. Maybe at some point in the future when WotC is spun off on their own and the game is slowly dying out that they have to, but that time ain't now. No need to start now. Pay,
Right.
Not
pay
even
your artists. Pay your artists.
Double D
Yep.
says Egypt score 1 goal. Are you Argentina or Egypt?
Yeah, the World Cup's currently on.
Oh, World Cup. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, World Cup.
probably Egypt because I'm more familiar with that.
No, Argentina. You have to go Argentina.
That's where Messi plays.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Lone Wolf, did you want to chime in on this topic of your thought?
It's probably going to be the hot subject of the group, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some differing opinions. But personally, I don't use AI because I just don't care about it enough.
Mhm.
But when it comes to the art, to the game, I'll be brutally honest. I'm not here to play Magic for the art or anything like that. I could care less what is used on it. I just want to play Magic. I don't want to worry about anything else.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
That's a valid thought to have.
Yep.
And it's not that different from my opinion, right? In that I don't care how you got your deck built. Just come play Magic.
Let's play Magic. That's right.
Right.
That's all I care about. I just want to sit down across from somebody and have a good time and laugh and just play Magic. I don't care who built your deck. I think people who don't want, like, outside of just the general AI argument, which I get, but let's set that aside. The people who have a problem with AI building your deck because you didn't build it, do those people have the same problem if they borrow a deck? Do they have the same problem if they're playing a pre-con? Do they have a same problem if their friend said, "Hey man, I built this deck. I know you're getting into Magic. It's not super expensive, but I think it's a good starter deck for you. Here, take it." Like, are they going to have that same problem? Now, again, if your problem is just that you don't like AI, then that's a separate issue. But if your issue specifically is, I don't want AI to build Magic decks because you didn't build it, why are you playing it? Well, where do you draw that line? Like, where's that line? Where do you draw the line? How much of a precon you have to edit before it's your deck? Can you ever edit a precon enough that it's your deck?
Right.
So I don't love that argument. I'm fine with people disliking AI for all the reasons they dislike AI, but strictly when it comes to building Magic decks, I think that's kind of a booty argument.
Right. DCG dude, hello. Hey, I have the feature. Skynet is your best friend.
Right.
I'll be back.
Okay, Chicks, like I saw that movie too. Wow. So I get an answer. I get to answer. It's my show with you all. I get to have an answer. I get to have an opinion. I get to have an opinion. I don't think AI is the most horrible thing out there. But I do think the way you use it defines the problem with AI. Like I say in the thumbnail, AI is a tool, not a crutch.
100%.
People who use it as a crutch, who want to trust AI 100% with the flaws, are kind of going blind. And no matter how smart you are, there's a blindness to it if you just trust it 100%. And there are certain programs that use an AI LLM, they call it, that are really good. But I think you should use AI to help find ways to solve problems. But I don't think you should use AI to find solutions. I think if you use the AI to find solutions, there's mistakes that can be made more than trying to use it to help solve problems. Help solve problems one step at a time. Help find solutions, try to solve a whole problem all at once. I don't think you should do that.
I also think for about the same amount of effort, you could just go to TCG Player and copy, or not TCG, but EDHREC and just copy somebody's deck.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or for the same amount of effort you put into AI, you could just go to EDHREC, look for your commander that you want to play, and just copy somebody's deck. And it would be about the same amount of effort that you prompted the AI with.
Well, look, there are good AI tools out there. Not perfect. Like that was discussed on a Tybalt show that sometimes when you use AI to build a deck, it just gives you cards that people use a lot of percentage of the time. And sometimes not cards that are hidden gems that are good for your strategy or synergy. Which you guys should really check out his show because there are some good cards they talked about that no one won't think of.
Now,
I'll show him to you in a game later.
Now I did have a deck that I used AI to build, It was, but I also I just wanted to test it out and put a test to AI to see if AI could build a good deck or not. It was a Codis deck, and it did pretty good. Stayed in the bracket I wanted it to, and everything. But after I played it one time, I took it apart because it wasn't really because I could not say that was really my deck that I built. I didn't build the deck. AI built the deck. I just fed it a card list.
Right. So, like one thing I wish would be made with AI, not all AI, with AI, is a deck builder program where you insert your commander or commanders into, and it asks you questions based on your deck's what you want your deck. What is your goal for the deck? Well, here's a way to reach a goal. Here's some thoughts, maybe a couple cards to kind of boost you off. And have some sets like if you talk about like a certain mechanic, it'll give you sets with those cards with those mechanics in, so you can go exploring, right? Because one thing I think trusting 100% to AI takes out is self-discovery. Self-discovery is one of the most key essential things to commander and deck building, and builds into your memory. You know, when you find these cards and find these things and actually get to test them out, I think having a program would like that would be pretty cool. But like I said, I don't want something that finds solutions. I want something that helps solve problems. And sometimes the problems is not knowing the questions to ask. Because like my Rafika the mini deck that I built does not work like a regular commander deck that most people play. Right? So the questions for that deck are obviously going to be different goal-wise and everything than it is to play my dinosaur deck or my Hearthrall deck. I just listed 3 decks with completely 3 different synergies and strategies that have different questions asked. And I think if you can have a way to like go in that route, it'd be nice. But the best AI that we have is not really AI, but the best AI we have is we have our friends to talk to, right?
Yep.
They're not artificial friends, but they are intelligent. And sometimes, like if I'm building a deck and say Rayman or Tabal have built this deck before or built something similar, they have advice they can give you. They can point you at cards, or like sometimes, like if I want to build a counters deck, I'll point people to like the original Dissension block because it was an interesting mechanic with +1 counters on it. They have a few good cards that are fun. You know?
Well, I think one of those things that you're going to find with that too, that the AI and other tools like that are never going to have is if it's somebody that you know, they know your personality a little bit better and can fine tune their suggestions to your personality. I have several of my decks that were gifts from friends, and they were decks that I never would have thought of, I never would have chosen, I never would have came up with myself. But somebody on the outside was able to look at it and say, I think you're going to enjoy this. Here, try this out. This deck is yours now. What are you going to do with it?
Right.
And those have been some of the best and the most fun that I've had with decks and stuff. And I don't think, we always say the gathering is the best part of Magic. The same thing applies here. AI is a tool to get you so far. But once you get there, it's also, I feel like, an entry point too, or should be viewed as an entry point. It can get you started in the game. It can get you maybe to building your first deck because it will help you with figuring out land distribution and things like that to start with. But I think once the game really has a hold of you, hopefully you're going to find that you are going to move past engaging with it with just AI. You're going to want to go beyond that. You're going to talk to friends. You're going to want to play more games. You're going to want to get more experience yourself.
Right.
So as long as you use it as a jumping off point, that's great. If you're using it to solve the format, to play the best game, that's something else that's a problem, I think. Are you just going to AI or EDH Rec even, or if you're data sites, and I'm sure they use AI in the back end of that, but that's another story for another time. But if you are just going to solve the format and just play the best deck, then why are you playing? Do you want to win that bad? Are you playing for the experience? Or are you just playing to say that I won in a casual format that really doesn't matter?
Right.
And Kryptonite says very true to you, and wise words from the pain lab doctor. That's right.
I'm out of my lab coat today because it's just too dang hot. We're at 101 so far and going up.
Well, you're still hotter than
God, isn't it like 9 a.m. there?
that.
It was 9 a.m. Yeah, at 9 a.m. we were at 96 degrees.
The scientist?
Nope.
We don't know. We don't know exactly the degrees or credentials that DePaul has. Last time I knew, he has no degrees, just experience.
None, just experience. Following Tybalt's, what do we want to call what he has there? His experience, following Tybalt's experience. There you go.
I mean, you think his baldness is natural? I'm pretty sure it's from a chemistry experiment gone wrong.
Something exploded. Took my hair with it and went down my back. I don't know what happened.
That's right. but back onto the serious train. Like AI is gonna be a great assistance, and yeah, I believe in the future it will get better and better. But there was a thing I was thinking about while you guys were talking was AI can take a log out of a fire, right? You can teach AI to take a log out of a fire, but it takes a human brain to realize the dangers of actually taking that log out of the fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Your hand can tell you how hot that fire is. AI probably can get a degree marking, but not know where to set it down. Where humans, like if they had to take a log out of the fire or stop the fire, they'd be more smart and more critical about it because the sense of danger is actually there.
Yep.
One of the things that Rayman mentioned too about the fact that it being a large language model and it's trained on data, the fact is you're never going to find those edge cases and you're never going to find the uniqueness. Any answer you're going to get, it's kind of like the difference I think between playing on Family Feud and playing on Jeopardy. Family Feud, it's the widest answer that the most people have given, and you're going to find this general, this okay thing. The best you're ever going to get is a 5. You know what I mean? It's the average of what's out there. If you want to find the edge case scenarios, you're going to have to go to a person, or you're going to have to do the research yourself.
Right.
It's going to be testing your trivia like Jeopardy would.
So I wish, like in Magic the Gathering, people would use AI to build tools for helping people. Like I know people are technically doing it, but like building more tools. Like if a new player wanted to build a deck, they go to this program, type in, ask questions, give some advice, instead of just doing it all for you.
Right.
Give people a mental exercise on how to get into the deck. And I wish they would have more tools like that. I think that's all.
I mean,
I will say that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Billy.
I'm not against AI program to help build a deck, but I am against AI for building a deck. Without, and so that's a little different. But for AI, you put your commander in, and then helps you, and then it gathers cards from everywhere. And so if you go this route, you can put these in. You go this route, you put these in, and so on. I mean, that's I'm okay with that part of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will say that like using new players do not have the knowledge base.
Right.
If you were to go to an AI and give it a commander and it asks you a bunch of questions, new players ain't going to know the answers to them damn questions.
Well,
they're not going to know. They're not going to know anything. Right?
But like in the same right though, they enter a question, they ask a question. There's like a little option that says, "I don't know what this means." It could explain the question and walk you through it.
I think it's a starting point to get you there, and that's kind of how I have been using. Most specifically, I have been using Scry Check, not just to tell my decks where they are, but I am changing cards and seeing what kind of feedback I'm getting back from the reading it gives of my deck. A lot of times I put cards in a deck, or in the past have put cards in the deck just because I got them. Oh, right. I opened up a new thing. I got another mythic. I'm going to slam it in here. I'm not necessarily making my deck better. So by putting it into a tool, and I happen to be using Scry Check in some cases, and that gives me a reading, and it gives me a guide for where it feels that has pushed my deck or where it's taken away from my deck, but all that stuff is getting filed away in my brain, so that will give me the opportunity the next time I open up something, I can look at it and go, this feels like a trap. This seems like it would be really good, but it doesn't really fit the synergy of what I'm doing. So I think those tools can be used to learn, but it's up to you to do that. You could just throw it in there and say, well, just build me a good deck. And that's, if that's what it takes to get you in the game, okay. But I think you're going to go further in the long run, if you want to, by actually, putting in the effort.
100%. And I think, I just think that if you're going to use AI to build a deck, just have it build your deck. Especially if you're new, right? Like if you're a brand new player and you've not read through all of the stuff that we have in the Discord, plug for the Discord, and you're just like looking to have something build you a deck and you don't want to play a pre-con for some reason, man, just throw it in there and have it build you a damn deck and go with it.
Yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
It's okay. I just don't know how. Like, I like Tortoise's idea, but I think that that's for more of an advanced player, because the new players just don't have the knowledge. Because, like, say you want to build an Esper commander, right? So you're like, okay, AI, I want to build an Esper commander. It gives you this list of Esper commanders. You look at one, you think it looks cool, you pick that one. And then it's like, okay, now it tells you that you need some removal. And you're like, okay, well, what kind of removal should I run? Well, like, you're in the 3 best colors for removal in the entire game. You're in white, black, and blue, right? It's going to throw you out 70 cards. You are not going to have a damned clue as to which 5 to 7 of those you're going to put in your deck, right? Now, if you have more experience, then you're like, oh, okay, well, then, yeah, I definitely want to use swords, and I definitely want to use path. Let's use Deadly Rollick because it's a free removal. It's exile, which is very good. It helps get around indestructible. I just think that, like, you need some layer of knowledge about the game before giving you options as anything other than, choice paralysis. Because it's like,
that's going to get you started on it, though.
Right.
Having those 70 cards, you're going to grab a handful of them and try them and find out they do work or they don't work. So I think it's kind of a funnel. I think it's kind of funneling you into building a better deck. If you,
but I also think it could overload a new player.
Sure.
Like, I've seen people open because we give away a lot of promo packs at FDM, right? And if we have a new player show up, we always try to give them the cool foil promo pack just for showing up. Hey, thanks for coming. It's your first time here. Take this. This is yours. And especially if they're new, they'll open it up and they'll see something and they're like, oh, wow, this is so cool. And hey, it's in my colors. Should I use it? And then they just don't have a clue if the card's good, if the card's bad. And now imagine doing that and giving someone 70 of those and say, hey, here, pick 6 of these. You could really overload somebody. You're like, oh my God, I've only picked 7 of the cards. I have to pick like 60 more of these. This is going to take me a month.
Well, I get what you're saying there. A valid point. But like, my brain's like, like every time it prompts you something, it'll give like a descriptor explaining what's going on, give you an idea what you're kind of looking for, and you get to choose. But like, yes, maybe a little more advanced player, but for newer players still, I like the idea. I mean, look at this. There are thousands of videos on YouTube, including mine, that tell you that I have videos and documents explaining how to build a deck. Now, if we could put that all into a program to kind of do what I'm talking about, I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah. But Rayman said something about letting AI build a deck for a newer player. There's always going to be a question like, say you're running white, Path of Exile, that's a white card. A newer player is going to be like, all right, why are you running Path of Exile in this deck?
Right.
I mean,
I think they're going to have a lot of questions.
We as players, seasoned players and everything, we know why we would run Path of Exile in a white deck. But for a new player, they would not really know.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've explained why that card's good. No, it's a great example. because it's a card that I personally have had to explain to, I don't know, a dozen people in the last year as to why it's good, because they're new players, and a lot of new players grab white decks. I don't know why. And Path is a card that's in almost every white precon these days. So Path of Exile is one of those cards that fairly often I'll have somebody be like, "Hey Ray, yeah, what's going on? Is this good? What do I do with this?" Like, it seems like I'm helping them. I'm giving them a land. Why is this good? And then you have to explain to them, well, it's exiling and it's instant speed, so you can do it in response. There's a lot of tools. It's good, but you just have to know why it's good. So Path of Exile was a great card to pick there, Hillbilly, because it's one I've had to explain so many times.
Yeah, but you cannot get that answer from AI.
Right.
Probably not.
AI most likely just grabs it from a database. Most of these decks are running this card, so should you?
Yeah.
You know.
Why? And then they all say, nothing.
But anyways, no, I still think my idea is a great idea.
Yeah.
And I think your points are valid to it. The criticism is actually welcomed here. But yeah, Tabal, get working on it. I'm kidding.
It's funny because I'm sitting here going, well, I know how I would write this prompt for him to get it started. So yeah, I'm working on it right now, as a matter of fact.
So as long as you have, as long as you know how to ask the question, you can actually get a pretty decent answer. I just literally opened up Chat GPT and typed in Magic the Gathering, why would you in a white deck run Path to Exile? And it actually gives a pretty impressive answer.
Nice.
That's
but I had to know how to ask the question.
That's right. You've got to do your prompts correctly.
Yeah. That's something that you would need built into the system to be like, a little button next to every single card that it recommends that you click, and then it, brings up an answer like this.
Right.
It's a pretty good answer. I'm not going to read it because it's incredibly long, but it's a pretty decent answer if you're willing to ask the question, if you know how to ask the question. So I think that Tortoise's idea is actually a good idea, but it would be a very crunchy system, right? It would be very crunchy because it would have to give you lists, and then you'd be like, okay, well, why would I run this card, or why would I run this card over this card? I think it would be complicated for a new player.
You'd spend a lot of tokens.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, but another thing too, you'd have to know, like you said, how to ask the question. Not everybody's going to know how to.
No, 100%.
Ask the question.
That would have to be built into the system to literally just be like, okay, if I want to know about this card, I need to be able to click a button and it spit me out the answer that I want. And you, as the programmer, would need to be like, okay, if they're clicking this button, what is it that they're wanting to know? So I think you would not just need to be you would need not just be good at AI coding and good at how to prompt LLMs. You would also need to be good at human psychology. You would have to look at the system and go, okay, if people are clicking on this button that I'm programming, what do they want to know? Because if they click the button and it doesn't tell them what they're going to know, they're going to get frustrated. If it doesn't tell them the right thing, they're going to get frustrated. And if you want to turn somebody off, frustrate them. They'll quit immediately.
Right. And it's like Tabalt's thing he did. It's still on your website, right? The little card checker thing.
No, I didn't. I discontinued that.
So there was an interesting thing he had where you could actually put in a card, and the system would give you cards that go with the cards.
Yeah, it would spit out half a dozen different cards that would go with it and stuff. And it used a little bit of AI in the back end and a little bit of prompting and a little bit of programming, but it would tell you or suggest to you. And it didn't go into quite enough detail and stuff. So we took it down because we want to remodel some stuff. But actually, I was going to say Mythic Tools is coming out with something close to what you're looking for, super fast, but it's behind a paywall right now.
Right.
There might be a free version of it that you can test out a couple of things on or whatever. Yeah, we're getting there. But again, do you want to go there? Do you want to have these things solved for you? Or again, is it just a tool to get you up to the next level? That's the other.
Tom Mitchell, hello.
Hey, Tom.
Sorry, Ray had to run. Important things came up for him.
No.
But yeah, but like sometimes when building a deck outside my wheelhouse, I like to help. And I like to find people or websites with different thoughts and opinions on deck building, like probably people with more experience in the deck of building. Because like usually when I ask questions, I'm asking questions for ideas, advice, or thoughts. I'm not looking for people to give me the straight up answer, except when I ask about cards. What card? I want to know what card to take out for that card. That's a tough one.
That's another thing that AI is both good and horrible at. Because again, I know I mentioned this in my video or whatever. There are specific cards it tells me to take out, and I'm like, that's an all-star card in this deck. I am not taking this thing out. And I've argued with AI over it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, my friends, it is that time of day we need to get to.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless.
The end step.
That was a little treat for Cane Shaker out there.
I love those. I love those too.
But it's time to get out of here. I wish Rayman could have been here, but really quick, Rayman's links in the comment below. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put the link to his channel at Mr. B Games in the chat. And Cane Shaker said, I want to get the show going at least another 20-30 minutes. My Lord.
But would it have been a quality 30 minutes though? That's the question.
Right. Can someone put Rayman's link in the chat? But it's also in the description below. With that, we're gonna roll over to Lone Wolf to see what he has to say.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me on. Let's get everybody up to 1,500 subscribers and have fun doing it.
Yeah. Lone Wolf, you're rocking. You're rocking it today. With that, we're gonna roll over to the Bolt.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for extending my topic. I still have a few notes that I got to share with you guys that I didn't share on my own show, so I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyhow, thanks for having me. You can find everything that is Tybalt's Apprentice at darkritual.site. That is the place where you can go to find everything. You can find my blog. You can find my Instagram. You can find my TCG Player store, which is picking up, by the way, so I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. And with that, we're gonna roll over to Hillbilly.
Hey everybody. Around 2:00 this afternoon, I plan on doing some arena. Hopefully it'll do me better than it did me yesterday. Treated me pretty bad yesterday, but you know, it is what it is sometimes. But I'm gonna try to do a Mogari deck this afternoon, black and green.
Nice.
And that's all I got planned for today.
Well, it is Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about my days. Tonight, around 7:00, I'm planning on playing a Commander game. And if you're part of the Discord and you want to play, all you got to set up. All you got to do is holler at me in my Discord if you're part of my Discord, or holler at Tortoise here, and he'll let me know that you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Once the table fills up, that's it. So the quicker you let me know, the quicker your seat will get saved. But that'll be at 7:00 Central Standard Time tonight.
That's right. KJ says, I think AI is mad at SFT. The comments don't work for him. Everybody, it's Super Fast Tortoise. Tonight I'm going to try to be on Hillbilly's Commander game. So there's no live tonight. Sorry, there's no live last night. We actually had family fun time where we went outside and scored each other with water guns and threw water balloons at each other. It was fun. Yeah, nice. Kryptonite, we'll hit you up on Discord. Sweet. That's awesome.
Cool.
And with that, you guys rock. You guys rule. I want to thank you guys for being here, everybody, today. Hillbilly, Michael, Lone Wolf, Rayman, you guys rock. You're amazing. Everybody in chat, you made today a lively show. We love the fact that you interact. You make the show what it is. I want to thank you, channel subscribers and members, for growing and supporting the channel the way you do. And I also want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. If you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change or motivation someone needs to get up and keep on moving. With that, we need to get out of here. So let's do that.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.